Hello, friends. Welcome to today's football prediction on Betkraft. Okay, today is another beautiful Thursday, a wonderful day indeed. And as we know, so many games are going on across the globe today. And amongst those many games, we selected a few of them and made our analysis on these few games and brought it forward for you. All right, in a short while, we'll be looking at these games one after the other. And today we have, Major League Europa Conference League matches, qualifying matches actually in our tickets today. And so we'll be looking at these matches one after the other, also looking at, how they performed in recent games and also bringing it down to the performances from home and away perspective and, making our judgments on these, matches. All right. But I want to use this opportunity to ask those of us who are yet to subscribe to our channel to kindly take our time to click the subscription button out there so that you don't miss out on our subsequent games that will always come up on this channel on a daily basis. All right, that being said, let's into the business of the day. Without further ado, we're starting with the first match, the Europa Conference League match, where HJK of Finland will be up against Betkraft of Slovenia. So we look at the recent games for both sides and taking a look at HJK, the home side. They've been able to achieve 2 victories in the past 6 games that they had so far, and they've also had 1 draw as well as 3 losses in the past recent 6 games that they had. And the away side, the Czechs have managed just 1 win, 3 draws as well as 2 losses in the past recent 6 games that they have so far. So bringing it down to how these two teams are fed from home and away perspective, you can also see that the home side HJK have been able to achieve 6 victories in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. They've also had 2 draws as well as 2 losses in the past 10 games that they played from home. All right, and away side on the other hand, the Chiefs have managed 3 victories from away. They've also had 2 draws as well as 5 losses from away. That tells you that they're doing very much average, and the home side from home, seeing that they've won 60% of their home games, losing only 20% of it, it shows that the home side is actually very, very strong, especially when they're playing from home. So it is the home side who is likely to pick up the sports in this very well. So we expect to see home win in this very encounter. Home win, that's our verdict for that very game. And that takes us to the next game, also Europa Conference League qualified match, where we'll have Ives of Finland once again coming up against Jugadin of Sweden. All right, Ives have won 4 games in the last 6 recent encounters, but they've also lost 2 amongst those 6 games that they played out. And away side, Jugadin have been able to achieve 3 victories, 1 draw, as well as 2 losses in the past 6 recent encounters. And when you look at how these two teams are fared from home and away perspective, you can see that Ives have been able to achieve 3 victories, 6 victories actually from home in the past 10 home games that they had so far. They've also lost 3 and they've had just 1 draw in the past 10 home games. That means they've won 60% of their home games. And when you look at Jugadin have been able to achieve 5 victories from away. They've also had 2 draws as well as 3 losses in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. They are doing very well, and looking at the performances, we see that these two teams are a bit equal in some way, but we do know that Jugadin, Swedish league, is a very strong league. In my opinion, stronger than Finnish league, and Jugadin is a well-known side and actually been participating in UEFA Champions League more often than I. So we do expect the away side Jugadin to carry the day today, but we will go for a way to win or draw and under 4.5. That's our verdict for that very game. And that takes us to the next for today. It is also Europa Conference League qualified match. We'll have a Silkeborg of Denmark who will be up against Gent of Belgium. Okay, Gent have Silkeborg, the home side, have had 3 victories in the past 6 encounters, but they've also lost 3 out of those 6. But our side have also the same record, winning 3 in the past 6 encounters, losing 3 as well. And looking at how both sides have performed from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side Silkeborg have been able to achieve 5 victories playing from home. They've also had 4 losses as well as 1 draw in the past 10 home games that they had so far. All right, it is the home side who only achieved 50% victory playing from home, and the away side on the other hand, Gent have won 8 games in the past 10 away games. All right, they have won 80% of it, and they have lost 2 out of those 10 away games that they played out so far. So clearly, Gent is actually the better side, if you ask me, for this very to achieve victory in this very encounter. So it is the away side to win or draw once again, and under 4.5. That's our value for that very game. Okay, that takes us to the next for the day. It is also in Europa Conference League qualified match once again, and in this occasion we'll have Sabutalo coming up against Istanbul Başakşehir. You know, Başakşehir is actually a Turkish club, Turkish top flight club doing very well. And when we look at how these two teams have performed in the recent games, you can see that the home side have managed just one victory in the past recent 6 games that they played out so far, and they also had 2 draws as well as 3 losses in the past 6 recent encounters. But away side, Başakşehir, Turkish side, pardon me about the name out there. It is the away side who had lost just a single game in the past 6 encounters, but they've also had 5 victories. We know Başakşehir is actually a very strong side in Turkey, and when you take a look at how these two teams have actually performed from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side have managed just Sabutalo have managed just 3 victories. They've also had 2 draws as well as 5 losses in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. But the away side, on the other hand, Istanbul Başakşehir have managed to achieve 7 victories in the past 10 away games, and they've lost only 3 out of those all of those past 10 away games that they played out so far. And as a matter of fact, last 6 away games that they played out so far, I've seen them being very, very dominant, winning all 6 away games. So it is the away side that is in fine form at the moment, and they do expect a win for the away side outrightly. Away win outrightly, that's our value for that very encounter. And that takes us to the next game for the day, and it is in Egypt Premier League, where we'll have ZFC who will be up against Zamalek FC. It's a very exciting match, knowing that these two teams are very, very strong teams in Egypt. They're doing very well at the moment. And when we look at ZFC in the last 6 occasions, we see that they've achieved 3 victories out of those 6 games that they played in recent times, and they've also lost 3 out of those 6. And we side Zamalek FC have managed 4 wins. They've also had 1 draw as well as 1 loss in the past 6 encounters. But when you look at how these two teams have fared in the past, in the past 10 games, all right, looking at ZFC in the past 10 home games that they played out so far, they've been able to achieve 4 victories, and they've also had 3 draws as well as 3 losses in the past 10 home games that they played out so far. All right, not very bad if you ask me, for a team like that. And when you look at the Zamalek FC in the past 10 away games, they've also had 6 victories playing from away. They've also lost 3 games as well as 1 draw in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. But we know from history that Zamalek has been a very strong side. They've been doing very well, if you ask me. And when you look at how these two teams have fared from head to head, you could see that the last time they met was last year in November. We saw ZFC defeating Zamalek on that occasion by 2-1 from away. And prior to that, the other 2 records saw them playing out a 0-0 draw and also a 1-1 draw. And this time around, I know that Zamalek will be looking to achieve a result in this. The away side will be looking to make amends for the lost grounds in the last time both two teams met. So we do expect to see away side Zamalek FC either winning or draw, and under 3.5 in this very encounter. We win or draw and under 3.5. That's what verdicts for that very game. It's a lot of odd. And when you look at the next game that we have today, it is also in Egyptian Premier League, where we have a Smoha FC coming up against Al Ahly, the very best side in Africa. And when you look at Smoha Alexandria, they've been able to achieve 3 victories in the past 6 encounters, but they've also lost 2 games, and they had 1 draw also in their ranks in the past 6 recent games that they played out so far. And Al Ahly, on the other hand, the away side have won the entire 6 games they have played in recent times, and they've been able to defeat all opponents. And we look at how these two teams have performed from home and away perspective. Smoha, a very, very good side, have won 70% of their home games, and they've won 7 games out of the past 10 home games that they played out so far, losing only 2 and also drawing 1. But the away side, Al Ahly, have won the entire things that they play, almost entire games that they played from away and home as well. And the only draw they had was against AS Tunis, Esperance of Tunis, in the African Cup Champions League match on that occasion. But they've been able to defeat all opponents, dispatching every opponent that I've met. All right, the last time both teams met was in November last year. We saw them playing out a 0-0 draw on that occasion. But prior to that, we saw that Al Ahly have always been dominant of this very type, defeating this side, every now and then. So we do expect to see away side Al Ahly, righting their wrongs on this occasion, seeing that the last time they met, they played out a 0-0 draw, and we expect Al Ahly to rise to the occasion this time around and win outrightly in this very game. It is the away side to win. That's our verdict for that very encounter, and that brings our predictions for you today on Betkraft to a conclusion. I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes green. Remember to also play responsibly. It's only a football game, and I always advise splitting these games. In that way, you will see consistent winning. And that being said, tomorrow is another wonderful day, and we'll be coming up with our predictions. And I wish to see you tomorrow in this channel. But until then, keep winning.